All right, all right. Today was day 4 of 75 hard. I ended up doing leg day, the one that you dread, but the one that you feel the best at the end. I always feel accomplished afterwards. Today we read the next 10 pages. We're gonna get right into it with this thing he says in the book. Most who avoid quitting their jobs entertain the thought that their course will improve with time or increases in income. This seems valid and is tempting hallucination when a job is boring or uninspiring instead of pure hell. Pure hell forces action, but anything less can be endured with enough clever rationalization. This is fear of the unknown disguised as optimism. Also, one thing to note here as well, um, there's no difference between a pessimist who says, "Oh, it's hopeless, so don't bother doing anything," and an optimist who says, "Don't bother doing anything, it's going to turn out fine anyway." Either way, nothing happens. So right here, essentially what he's saying is that there's people out there that have a job, maybe they don't really necessarily like it, and they're both kind of how that last quote goes. They're either very optimistic or pessimistic, where they're just like, you know what, I don't want to change. This is a good career. I make money, it gets me through the day. I'll just force myself to continue doing this because the bills are paid. I'm able to come home, survive. Um, be they're in the comfort zone. That's kind of how I see it. They're in a comfort zone. But there's also the other people where they continue being there. They're optimistic and they're like, oh, it's gonna get better. Oh, once the company grows, we're gonna be able to, go up and we're gonna make more income. It's gonna be better. And essentially, it's the same thing where nothing's really happening. It's just you're just there, being miserable, doing the same thing. Um, that's kind of what I got from that. The next one that I kind of noted, it's actually just questions. So it goes over some questions to ask yourself, and I thought these were really good. Um, the first one being define your nightmare, the absolute worst that could happen if you did what you are considering. And right here, he just kind of has you play out. Let's say you want to live in Cancun and you want to move out there, leave your job, move out there. He's basically saying, try to see what your nightmare would be if you leave your job and try to move over there, right? Um, you kind of just think out what's the worst that can happen. What would you do? How would you fix it, etc. I thought that was a great question because it kind of gets you to think backwards. So that's the goal. What do I need to do so that I could do that goal? Like, what's the worst that could happen? Um, I believe Alex Hormozy is really good at this, where he talks about setting something, but also kind of backtracking on. All right, I want to, I don't know, become a doctor. All right, I want to become a doctor. So what do I need to do to become a doctor? Okay, I need to go to college. I need to get this experience. I need to go do this, blah 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 blah. And just kind of start from up there, going down, 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 and then you kind of have a plan of what your next step is gonna be. The next question that I also really liked is if you were fired from your job today, what would you do to get things under financial control? Once again, it kind of just puts you to think from the worst case scenario and what would you do to fix it. Me personally, let's say I lose a job or whatever, what would I do to fix it? I would right away look for other jobs, etc. Something that could replace the income that I was making to be in a good spot. Um, and then the last one, what is costing you financially, emotionally, and physically to postpone postpone action. Um, if you're in the entrepreneur industry or whatever, I'm sure you heard this a lot of times where they're essentially saying, okay, maybe you're making this much, but how much are you losing by not learning that skill that could potentially 10x your income, right? So you kind of just backtrack. All right, I'm making 100K right now, but leave this, learn this skill, I would be making 1 million, etc. Right? So you're technically losing 900,000 by not getting that skill, right? Um, and last but not least, I really like this one, because this is kind of blew my mind. I never thought about it like this, but um, the question you should be asking yourself is not what do I want or what are my goals, but what excites you? What would excite me? That's the question you should be asking yourself. Because I don't know about you guys, but whenever something is very interesting, something really catches your eye, catches your interest, you really get motivated on wanting to do it, and it just makes it's not necessarily a job or a chore or something that you have to do, but it becomes something just that you want to do, and you put in more effort, more excitement. Um, you're really looking forward to the outcome that it's going to be giving you. But yeah, those were some of the things that stood out to me, especially that last one. I never really thought about that. 'Cause sometimes it's like, what do I want? What is it that I want for my future? Well, okay, I want this, I want that, but it's not really about that. It's what excites you. Because if you do something that excites you that would also produce income, then everything else, what you want, what it's gonna come with it, because you're gonna be enjoying it throughout the time, right? Yeah, that was that's a great one right there. But anyways, today was day 4, did leg day. I got out there, door knocked. I talked to, I door knocked a lot of people, a lot of doors. I talked to 8 homeowners, but today was another not necessarily bad day because they did have some good conversations. Sadly, they were renters, but they were like business owners, so I was able to talk to them a little about business. I mentioned that we have some attorneys that could potentially help them, get find out if a C corp, S corp, etc. would be better for them. Of course, I'm not too knowledgeable. I know enough to kind of pique their interest. I was able to get a number for that, for the financial industry side. But as far as solar, I was people were there, the lights were on, people were home, but they didn't want to open. I figured that the houses that I was knocking had probably gotten a few people that same day already knocking on their doors. But I mean, like I said, I got out there, got to keep the momentum going. I'm getting better with the script. I'm learning here and there a little bit more things of what to say, um, and how to overcome some things that might pop up. Um, I guess today's video is going to be a little short. Uh, and yeah, just remember, guys, remember, be patient. Success takes time. I hope you guys had a great day. Bye bye. Or we'll have a great day since this will be up at 8 a.m. The start of the day. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye bye.